to Love Makes a Family. Today we're going to be talking all about saying goodbye to a foster child. We received a call to pick up our first placement straight from the hospital, and we were very, very excited. So we brought the child home, and in the following weeks, we were under the impression that we were possibly going to be able to adopt. And we knew that there was not a 100% guarantee in that, but we were very excited at the possibility because we are a foster to adopt home. We had the placement for 5 months, and everything felt absolutely perfect.
We received the news from our placement social worker. We thought that it was just going to be a routine monthly visit where they come and check on the child and look at the living conditions. We were at the kitchen table going through paperwork when she told us that the placement had family that had been approved to take them into their home. And it was very, very rough. It is a bombshell on us because everything leading up to that point, we thought that adoption.
So we notified our immediate family, and which was another hard thing. Just having to say it over and over and over was very hard. And then Bradley was able to take some time off work through FMLA for bonding time with the placement. Once we recovered from learning the news, we really relied on our faith a lot. We prayed a lot, and we asked our family to place us on prayer lists. The main thing was we prayed. We prayed that God's will be done in this situation. We prayed for the family that our placement was going to. We just prayed that God would be in the center of this whole situation.
We met the family that would be taking our placement. Then we began the transition between them leaving our home and living at their home. Not all placements or transitions are the same for every placement. Ours was over a 6-week span. Started out with 2 2-hour visits, then it was 2 all-day visits, and then 2 overnight visits, and then the
final transition. At the first meeting, I did bring along their life book, and a life book is basically a scrapbook of the time that you've had the child. And so that was a good, nice little icebreaker for us to take that out and go over and talk about all the different pictures and life events that had happened in the 4 months that we had had them.
The biggest thing was the unknown of where the placement would be going, and lucky for us, placement was going to a very, very great home.
Yes. Yeah, we met them, and we automatically clicked with them. We knew that they were great people, very nice, and very excited. That was an important part. We liked that they were so excited to have the child in their home. As our visits went on, we did develop more and more of a friendship, so that now, today, we still talk with them almost on a daily basis. We refer to them as family now, and the same with them. They refer to us as family. And we just thought that was very important, not only for the foster child, but for us too. It was very hard. This is our first placement, and I've heard the first one is the hardest, but we just really felt like this came out of nowhere, and so we were really having a rough time just processing and beginning that process of letting go. And so the first of each type of visit was hard. It was just hard, wasn't it? The first time we met them, it was we were nervous and we didn't know what they would be like. We didn't know if they were nice, or we didn't know what their intentions were. And then the first day visit, that was the first time the child had been away from me for such a long period of time. And then the first overnight visit was very rough. And each one was it was just learning to let go, learning to have them away from us a little longer and longer periods of time. And we are so appreciative to that social worker for doing that with us, because we knew that some situations that's not possible for the transition period to happen. We understand that. We were very, very lucky to be able to have that time to say goodbye to the placement, and also just time for us to process it, and time to develop that friendship that we may not have been able to have had the transition happen over a span of just a matter of days. Another thing is that we actually felt comfortable enough to have the family come to our home. And so while they were here, we were able to discuss with them all the different things that the child liked and different routines that we already had in place. And it was a more comfortable setting. I think we had pizza, and we just tried to just relax, and it was comfortable for the child. It was comfortable for them. Well, I mean, it's always a little awkward having people you don't really know into your home, but they're just so sweet and nice that they felt like family in no time.
There is a grieving process that comes along with losing a foster placement. We wasn't quite prepared for all of it.
No. But we're happy now that we can rejoice with them. It did take some time for us to be at that point. We were excited for them, and we were sad for us. But we were also excited for them that they would be raised with their family. Bradley and I discussed, once we found out that our placement was going to be leaving, we discussed about possibly taking a break. And we both agreed that this could go one of two ways. We could go either the route of taking a break and just focusing on ourselves and working through the grieving process, or we could just keep going and accept placements and just try to help as many children as possible through foster care, which is our main goal. And we decided that we did not want to take a break. We wanted to just keep working through it because we felt that was important. And we did receive our second placement before the first placement left. And so that did make the transition just slightly better. I mean, all children, are different. So we still grieve for the first placement, but the second placement did help keep us occupied and helped us able to focus on why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want to help as many children as possible.
We are grateful for the new friendships that we have made through this process. Things are going to be different for every placement that we receive and that everyone else receives. We did get very lucky on the first placement.
Yeah. We are so grateful that they have chosen to welcome us into their family as well, and chosen to let us continue to be a part of the placement's life and let us experience those things that we could have possibly missed out on had they had a different mindset. So we are eternally grateful that we still get to see them and love them, and we still do miss them very much. And it's not like, in 1 month you're going to be just fine. No, it's a continual process. It's a process of grieving and rejoicing, and your emotions are always up and down, and There may be some days when you feel great and you feel like, oh, I've got a good handle on this. And then other days you just feel like it's everything in your power just to keep it together and not cry. So we are still healing, but I'm glad we did it. I don't regret fostering. Do you?
I wish we would have done it sooner.
Yeah, I agree. If you have any questions for us or would like the binder forms, the foster care binder forms, or the reading list, I cannot link those below. I do not have a blog yet. I'm taking one thing at a time and just focusing on the YouTube videos, but you can always email me and I can send you a PDF of the file. My email is lovemakesafamilystrong@gmail.com. I also have a Twitter page now, and you can reach me at lovemakesafammy, and that sounds funny, he's going to laugh, and it's the number 1. And if you have any questions or want to tell us anything, just reach out. Alright, if you like videos like this, and with Bradley, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you soon.